TD Summer Reading Club through the CNIB Library, 2012, Imagine. The video is set in a green and leafy forest with two fantastical individuals perched on tree trunks.
Hi, my name is Tinkerbell, and this is Gandalf.
Hi.
And we're here to tell you about the TD Summer Reading Club through the CNIB Library. In our first video, we promised to show you some of the cool free stuff that you get in a kit if you sign up for the club through the CNIB Library. So this time I brought along a couple of the tactile items that we're sending out. Now, everyone knows what these are. These are SillyBandz. And in each kit, you get 5 different SillyBandz, and these are all in the shapes of different fantasy creatures. So you can see there's a mermaid, a unicorn, a genie, a phoenix, a fairy, and a dragon. And some of them are glow in the dark and some of them have sparkles on them. So everybody gets those 5 as a set. They also get a fairy door. Now this is what it looks like when you get it in the kit. And this is interesting because these are tactile, so you can actually feel the shape of them. And there are 2 of them on this sheet. And the idea is that you're going to cut them out by feeling the shape of them, and then you're going to decorate them. I brought along one that I decorated that has some jewels on it that you can feel. But since we're shooting the video here in the forest, I was looking around, and if you look around and on the ground you can see there's bark and there's twigs and there's pine cones and there's acorns. These would all be awesome to use for decorating and building a fairy door. Now, in this video we're going to talk to you about some of the tactile books that the CNIB Library has in the collection. And again, at the end of the video, we'll have some links up that show you where to get more information about tactile and braille, more information about the CNIB Library, and more information about how to join the TD Summer Reading Club. So, Gandalf, what are tactile images used for?
Well, tactile images are used to convey information. So, for example, in school, you would use them in geography to look at maps. Maps of Canada, for example, are quite popular. Or you could have them in geometry to show different shapes, such as triangles, rectangles, and such things. And the most important thing is that it's not a guessing game. When you're presented a picture or a tactile picture, there's usually an explanation that gives you more of an idea of what you're trying to look for.
Excellent. So I brought along 2 of the books that we have in our collection, and these are on the fantasy theme. These are not textbooks. The first one is called Mythical and Legendary Creatures, and it's produced by a library in England called the RNIB. And there are 6 different creatures in this book, and I'm just going to flip through it to show you how it's organized. So that's the title page. It has a table of contents, and you'll notice that everything is presented in large print. Then it's followed by the same information in Braille. And once you get into the pictures, there's a section on how to use the book, because as Gandalf explained, you need to have the information described, have the image described to you as well as feeling it using your fingers. So once we get into the images of the 6 creatures, here's the information in large print. This is not a tactile image. This is just a very high contrast image that would be good for someone with low vision. And then the same information, the description of the unicorn in Braille, and the same image, except this time, here it is as a high contrast image, the same image as a tactile image. So this you can actually feel. You can feel the outline. Different parts of the animal have different textures. And I'm going to flip right through past the dragon, past the cyclops, because the image that I wanted to show to Gandalf is this one. Okay, this is a werewolf. So I'm going to step over here and read the description to you while you check out the image down here.
Okey-doke.
All right, this werewolf has its head at the top center of the page and its 2 hind feet at the bottom. The creature's head is side on, and it's tilted up to the full moon in the top right corner. Only one eye and ear are shown, and its wide open howling mouth reveals sharp teeth. The werewolf's hairy front limbs are raised at either side of its head, with sharp claws extended. Did you find the claws?
I did.
Its bushy tail sticks out towards the lower left of the page. The hind limbs are also very hairy, and there are claws on the werewolf's feet.
Nasty.
Nasty. Could do some damage with those. All right. So that's what I wanted to show you from this book. And you can, kids who are CNIB library clients can borrow this from our library. And I also brought along this book, which is images inspired by the Harry Potter books. And this is book 2. So we have a book 1, which I didn't bring. But these are tactile images produced again by RNIB. The book is organized the same. And you can see there's the braille, the large print description, the high contrast image, and the braille image is there. And I want to flip through to this one, Dobby the House Elf. So here's the print description, the high contrast image, the braille description, and there is the tactile image. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Okay, Dobby the House Elf. It's very windy. In this image, Dobby is standing. You can check that out, Gandalf there. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
In this image, Dobby is standing facing you in the middle of the page.
Yes.
With both eyes and ears showing. To the left and right of him, there are cleaning implements.
Ew.
At the top center of the page is Dobby's wide, rounded face with huge ears sticking up from the top of his head. He has very large green eyes above a long, thin nose and unhappy, downturned mouth. He's a sad house elf.
Yes.
He's sad because he's wearing a badly fitting pillowcase, and his arms are down at the sides of his body. Below this are the rather bowed legs, which end in round turned-in toes at the bottom of the page. In the bottom left corner of the page is a battered scrubbing brush with crushed central bristles, and to the right of this is a bucket. On the far right side of the page is a wall with a long-handled sweeping brush leaning against it.
Nice.
So that's Dobby.
Very cute. He seems elfish.
Very elfish. So, that's it. However you read, whether you read regular print, large print, audio, braille, or print braille books, or maybe you're lucky enough to have someone reading stories to you, we hope everyone who can joins the TD Summer Reading Club this year. It's fun, it's free, and this year, it's fantastical.
About the CNIB Library, www.cniblibrary.ca. About the TD Summer Reading Club through the CNIB Library, www.cnib.ca/TDSRC. About tactile and braille, www.cniblibrary.ca. Explore the kids and teens section, especially the link to parents and teachers.